Oh, that was very close. I did not expect Villa to even... Well, I thought they were going to put up a fight, but I didn't expect them to beat PSG on the night. Massive credit to Unai Emery and Villa. They put an absolute show on there tonight. And without Donnarumma, you have to say Villa are literally through. That man in goal was worth his weight in gold again for PSG tonight. When it comes down to these big teams, when it comes down to these teams that are going to win the Champions League, as good as that outfield team is, they were made to look average in the second half there, PSG by Aston Villa, and you cannot deny that. But when you've got someone in between the sticks there, like big teams have had before, we've said it about Alisson when they played PSG before, kept Liverpool in the game, it's all about the 11. There has to be someone as good in the goal as there is with them outfield players as well. The first leg, it was all about the outfield. Second leg, Donnarumma tonight for PSG. Right up there with the best in the world. Shot stopping, brilliant. But the chances for Villa, oh my God. And by the way, what the hell is going on with Marcus Rashford? It's like, as a United fan myself, I'm like, why is this man all of a sudden pulling up trees, taking on PSG players like their championship players, taking the mick out of that PSG defence? Great effort turning inside to pull off that first brilliant save from Donnarumma in that second half. Then to set up Konsa for that goal that put Villa in front as well. Wow. John McGinn, again, brilliant run from him. Excellent goal. Little deflection, yes, but deserved it. Don't buy tickets, you don't win the lottery, do you? And Villa tonight almost got the jackpot. They almost got the jackpot. Because you know what? If that went into extra time, Villa win that game. The momentum was with them. PSG shut up shop and just tried to play Villa on the break. And that was the right move for them because the momentum was running through. And what is that rule with not being able to cup tie a player that you've loaned out to another club? Did you see Asensio run through on goal and Donnarumma stop him again? Can you imagine the uproar within PSG if Asensio scores that and that takes it into extra time and then Villa end up going on and winning that game? Absolutely crazy rule. And why it only works in the Champions League or whether it's UEFA, I didn't even know it existed. I didn't know that rule was even there. That would have been some story. That was your headline right there. But wow. Tielemans, brilliant. McGinn, Rodgers, absolutely excellent. Like I said, Marcus Rashford. They had depth of Asensio coming on, Maatsen coming on, and you've also got Watkins coming on as well. Didn't do too much, but Villa had strength and depth there. And I think going into that extra time, if they'd have got that fourth goal and taken it into that extra time moment, Villa had the momentum and they had the legs, and I think they had the players to win that game. I really do. I feel like PSG were hanging on a bit. They had the quality on the bench, PSG, and they were dangerous on the break, but wow, after going 2-0 down as well, that you have to say, and listening to the pundits at half time, that Tielemans goal just gave them that tiny little bit of belief which they clung onto, and they scored at a good time, Villa. They got them 2 goals in quite quick succession, and it really made for a great spectacle at the end of the game. It was a great game to watch, and I tell you what, the Champions League quarterfinals have been absolutely brilliant. They really have. And there's been some upsets in these games. You didn't expect what Arsenal did to Real Madrid to happen. Obviously, you're thinking it's a cakewalk for PSG and Barcelona in their legs tonight, but obviously Barcelona struggling as well in their game, just about getting through. Same with PSG. It's anybody's game, but I said it a million times before. They have got the tools outside on the 11, I feel, PSG, and they've got the goalkeeper. Barcelona don't. I don't think they do, and that is going to be the difference. It's having that goalkeeper, that man in the moment that just keeps you and keeps your head above water, and Donnarumma did exactly that. He just kept PSG in front and gave them that breather. They were on the ropes, they were gasping for air, and they just dodged enough punches to see them through in that game. But absolute credit to Aston Villa. They've done the Premier League proud. And again there, after what PSG did to Liverpool, and now they pretty much played them off the park in 2 games, for Villa to not only just be in front at Paris and then obviously turn a 2-goal deficit around and push PSG right to the limit, to the point where Donnarumma is probably their man of the match, and you cannot argue that. That tells you everything about this game and where Aston Villa took PSG. They took them to a very uncomfortable position. Ruiz, Neves, Vitinha, Kvaratskhelia, Dembele, Barcola, and you got Desiree Doué coming on the pitch as well. The fullbacks, Hakimi and Mendes, are outstanding for PSG. Their weakness is their centre-backs. That is it. And that's saying something as well. That is saying something with what they've got there as well in defence there, PSG. But when you've got a goalkeeper, like I said, like Donnarumma, that's where you survive. That's how you get through games like that. We've seen it before. How many times in big European games? Emi Martinez, just as good a goalkeeper at the other end, kept Villa in it when they needed. When you've got a solid goalkeeper, you've always got a chance. Then players on the pitch will do their business. But again, it was interesting to see PSG backed up for the first time and backs against the wall. They've taken on the best of the Premier League and beat them all. You have to give PSG credit. They took Liverpool to school. They took Manchester City to school. They've done Aston Villa as well. I think they are the winners of the Champions League. I do. I think they cause anybody problems, and dealing with that second leg raw of an English team as well for the second time, going away and getting the job done in England, I think proves that they have got the mettle. I think they beat Barcelona. I think they beat anybody else in the competition. I think if it comes to it and they have to play Arsenal as well, I think they will beat Arsenal. I just think they've got that edge. But then again, if Arsenal can get through, then it could be a different ball game altogether. It really could, because Arsenal have got a defence. Arsenal could really, really hurt PSG as well. So I'm undecided on that now. I don't actually know which way I would go. We'll see, first of all, what Arsenal do tomorrow night, obviously, and that's going to be key to all of this. But, wow, tonight, standout performances there. I thought Tielemans was on another planet. I thought it was brilliant. McGinn rolling them back again. Absolutely outstanding performance from him. Marcus Rashford, I honestly don't know. Like, he is now looking like he is worth that money and that investment for Aston Villa. The fact that he's keeping Ollie Watkins on the bench and then the way he played tonight, Marcus Rashford, I think that has definitely added some. I think that's added some zeros to Marcus Rashford's valuation while playing at Aston Villa. He's actually showing that he's actually got something about him, and he's actually making the runs and is pressing like we all thought he could do when he was at Manchester United. And he was really unlucky not to score in that game. He should have had another assist. What is Konza doing with that header, by the way? Seriously, what is he doing? That was your moment right there. Villa were right on top. If that goes in, Villa win that game. There's no way back for PSG from that moment. The momentum would have just taken Villa through. Very, very close, excellent effort, but it just didn't have that edge. And do you know what? That goal, that late goal in the last stages of that game in Paris last week to make it 3-1 has made all of the difference. And it's like everybody sank when that goal went in. It's like they knew how big a deal it was. And then it's been proved tonight. That one extra goal that they scored. If Villa could have held on, then that was it tonight. We would have been going into extra time right now. But no, PSG are through. I'm still putting PSG to win the Champions League. Let me know what you think, everybody. Who's your man of the match? Who are you seeing so far from the quarterfinals that you think is going to go on and win this? Drop your comments in below. Please hit that subscribe button and give the video a like on your way out. And I'll see you in the next video.